Hi there, Debbie. How are you?
Well, I am great. How are we, Chef
Oh,
Naomi?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for having me tonight.
Sometimes we get like word pictures associated with things. And so every time I see you, I think about one of those fabulous desserts and I get a little bit of salivating going on, or Taco Tuesday where you're taking pictures of that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, my son had Taco Tuesday last week from you and he's still talking about it. So,
Oh,
anyway, welcome. Thank you for coming on board. I want to make sure that people know that one of the reasons that we wanted to invite you to speak to our people, we're streaming to our group, and in our private group, we have about 1,000 like-minded women that, they're dedicated to their health and wellness. And then we're going to put it over in the public page tomorrow and then through our emails. So hopefully we just generate a lot of interest in raw Fresno. And for people that don't know you, you are like the queen of raw, vegan, all things healthy food in Fresno. So welcome.
thanks.
I
Yeah.
remember watching some of your, well, what would we call it? You were doing, it was before Facebook Live. I don't know, where would I have seen a recording, but you were in the kitchen and
Oh, possibly on local TV.
you were in your kitchen,
Oh, okay.
like at home, and you
Uh-huh.
were talking to people about healthy food, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you progressed into the restaurant, the truck. If you don't know, Naomi has a food truck, and then of course down in the Galleria, a beautiful restaurant. So I've had the pleasure of watching you for a long time, and I just want you to share with people maybe a little bit about your journey, and just that all is not lost in resourcing healthy foods.
All is not lost.
I feel that sometimes we go to the grocery store, and my clients at least, we just feel that sometimes the healthy choices aren't there. And you're a perfect shining example. Every time I think about you in your car with the kale, and you've gone out and picked all this kale, there are resources where we can be in touch with healthy food.
Absolutely.
We can take classes from you.
Yes.
Are there any CSA boxes still available in our area?
Absolutely. There is.
Okay, talk to us.
So Farrier Farms is one of the CSAs. There's a couple other ones just coming up right now. James, I don't know his names, but there's a lot of organic opportunities and just farmers. The reason why I found that, what you're talking about when all that kale was in my car, I was just driving through town and down Dakota, and here's this garden in the front yard. And I was like, holy mac, look at all those collard greens. And then as I got closer, I realized it was broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage. And it's the leaves that grow around it. And so last year at Farrier, I went out there and I knew about that because I would just pick those greens and use those instead of collard greens because they're so nice and big. So don't be afraid. I knocked on that damn door. Excuse me. I stopped and knocked on the door, and it turns out he's my mushroom farmer. He grows mushrooms and brings them to my restaurant. And he opens the door. Hi, Chef Naomi. How you doing? I'm like, holy mac, I didn't even know this was your house. And so, I mean, you just can't be afraid. I go every season, if it's lemons and grapefruit, that's what we use a lot of also. I go to my neighbors and I know where every tree is in my neighborhood and all over Fresno and Clovis. I am not afraid to knock on somebody's door and say, hey, that fruit is going to waste. Are you using it? I see you have a garden. Are you using all this or whatever? Post it on Facebook. Hey, I want some vegetables. I can't afford it or whatever. And don't say I can't afford it, but whatever, you could say anything and people aren't going to shame you because people want to help each other. And if even if you don't want to contact other people, contact me. I've always been one of those in between people. I've lived here all my life in Fresno, so I know so many people. And so that's what I think my niche has kind of been also, is that I connect people together with what they need.
So tell us about the restaurant and the truck and some of the services, because some people would rather buy from you. And so what are their choices and how can they, give us a little background on that.
Yeah. So, when I first started this, my son passed away because of an autoimmune disorder, and it was all about food, and I was unaware of how to fix that, and it was too late for him, but it's not too late for others, because I started teaching myself, going back to school, learning and sharing what I learned with others. So what we have available is food that you can pick up that it's already ready for you to eat that day, or food that you can have in bulk, like bags of crackers, jars of ranches, dressings, nut cheeses, these things that are already ready. Or we have Zoom classes that are recorded. If I don't have a class coming up, I have exactly that recipe that you are looking for in a class already. So you can get the class for $15. It's very inexpensive. It's just, and it's on your time, whenever time you want to watch it. Or we have a delivery service. We deliver every day, all through Clovis and Fresno, and we actually ship all over. I ship to Oregon and the Bay Area and Southern California every 2 months, every 2 weeks to 2 months, or everything.
Right. And do you still have the subscription service where they can order?
Yeah. So when I say delivery, it's the subscription also. So it's really helpful when you are on a subscription. And if you like to get a discount, then you can pay in a larger sum, like of 3 months. You can get a 5 or 10% discount, or, 6 months or 1 year, you're get those discounts get deeper.
Yeah. So we try to share with our clients that locally sourced better. The dirt here is good for your gut, and I just can't think of anyone where that's happening more than in your place. And so for people that are not as comfortable in the kitchen, or they're feeling pinched on time, I think you offer such a valuable service at a reasonable. My son got this Taco Tuesday with a little treat and a kombucha, and it was more than he could consume. And so if people were aware that you're sourcing locally,
yes,
they can buy and take home to have. Yes. They can have it delivered. Mm-hmm. There just isn't a reason not to have a backup plan.
Right.
If you don't have your garden or your whatever.
Right. And we even use the other delivery services, Grubhub, Postmates, Uber Eats, and one other, I forgot the other one, but anyway, there's 4 of them. And then of course our in-house, but our in-house only delivers once a day for lunch delivery, not all throughout the time. But yeah, absolutely. So if you get on our list the day before, then you can be, if you call me tonight, I can put you on the list for tomorrow delivery.
Nice. Now, do you still have your grandmother's crock brewing? What do we call that?
Oh, the cold kicker?
Yes, the cold kicker.
Yeah. Yeah, we always got cold kicker. We always have beet kvass. We always have kombucha, kefir. Yeah, the cold kicker, that's a good one. I have people that work downtown that all this year wasn't working downtown. They were at home, and they were calling me saying, do you have that cold kicker? They were coming downtown to pick it up.
Yeah, you have to just imagine, like, your grandmother's crock and
Yeah.
Naomi has this sitting on the counter. And when you open it, you're not quite sure, but you know it's something magical. And so I just remember when you pulled out a ladle of it, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my stars, that is amazing. So yeah. Is there anything, we're going to make sure that everyone has your information. And if you have anything that you can share in terms of the CSA names, that would be helpful. I try to support our local, anybody who's trying to sell to direct to consumer. If you know any of that, that would be helpful.
Yeah, Farrier Farms, Ferrer Farms.
Okay.
That, and they're on Facebook, and I can send you the links. And James, he's doing a CSA also. I just don't know his name right off his farm name. He's new. He comes into the restaurant and helps on Wednesday. He makes all of our sauerkraut right now. He likes to learn how to use what we're going to be buying from him. So we kind of do a trade of his labor, and we're teaching him.
Nice. Well, I tell you, your desserts have gotten, I mean, those are like world-class design. Like, they are so yummy looking.
Thank you.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard for people to believe that all of that is whole, real food.
I know. Yeah, we have I have a great baker that she's done it all her life baking, and ever since I started this business, I've always wanted to have a baker to come in so I could teach them my recipes that knew artistic work and how to decorate. I'm an artist, but I don't know how to decorate cakes. And so I was so happy. She and I went to school together, Susan. We graduated at McLean together. And so she has had a really good time the last 2 years learning how to use all good ingredients, everything that I've taught her. And she says, I'm tired of shoveling sugar.
Yeah. Well, you've made a great partnership there, because combined with what you've done with your, the raw vegan and her work, it's just amazing. So I hope that we can, we will continue to share of this next week. So thank you for coming on and letting us kind of share you with our public and our community. Chef Naomi, everybody. She is the queen of whole food in Fresno. You got to go visit her.
Thank you.
Get on the delivery service. We want to help, build that up for you. So thank you so much.
I appreciate it.